Hello everyone, Nordic Beast here, and welcome to an unedited video because my editing software is not working. I tried to uninstall it and reinstall it, and for some reason it's still giving me issues. Wow, that background noise is really loud. Let's go ahead and turn that down, shall we? That's good. There we go. They kind of re-upped a lot of the audio in the game, I noticed. Anyway, yeah, my Sony Vegas, for some reason, stopped working. I tried to reinstall it, and it's giving me the same error message. So if any of you guys happen to know a relatively easy-to-use editor, please let me know. I do have Windows Movie Maker. That was one that was suggested to me. I haven't figured out how to use it yet. So if it's relatively easy, or if you guys know of any tutorials for it, let me know. I do like the Sony Vegas, and it's driving me nuts that it's not working. But if you guys know any free editing software that's pretty easy to use, please let me know. Leave a link down below. That'd be really awesome. So in the meantime, I guess this will be a shipyard episode. I will show some stuff, and I'm going to try and not make it too lengthy. So also, I'm using OBS now. I was using DxTory. I like OBS. It's not user-friendly, though. So, I don't know. I might still use it because you can record directly into MP4. Fifthwim told me about that, and I was, I like it quite a bit, actually. And the only thing I don't like is I can't get it to pop up in like the corner of my screen to tell me what my frame rate is or that it's recording. So I just kind of have to take it on faith that it's recording. So, I figured I'd show off some fighters I've been working on, go figure. So first off is this thing. I saw like some 3D image of a fighter where you could barely even make out what the fighter was. So I figured I'd go with like a hybrid design with a similar general layout, but it was much bigger. This fighter was massive. Anyway, I wanted something with missiles, lots and lots of missiles. Now the issue is these missiles, like their big ship equivalent, because they fire up and down like that, like they have one barrel up, one barrel down. Say this is aiming at a target like where I am now. Say the top one's still clear, but the bottom one's not, and will hit the ship and explode. So this layout, for some reason, which I thought would be fantastic, I ended up damaging myself quite a bit. So you can also tell this is a hybrid layout of hydrogen and ion thrust, which is pretty nice, actually. Basically, whenever you're not fighting, just use the ion thrust. I mean, you're going to be heavy and sluggish and all over the place, but then in combat, you kick on the hydrogen thrusters, and you're relatively maneuverable. Well, or I should say responsive. You're relatively responsive. So just so you know, I have a Valkyrie here just for size comparison. You can see compared to all these guys. Alright, so first one is this one. This is the only one that actually has a name. This is the Sigurd. Sigurd is like a Norse hero from legend. I've always wanted to do like these downward swept wings, and I did the wings, and it turned out similar to a fighter from, oh, what's that game? Free Space. It took me a second, sorry. Yeah, from the game Free Space or Free Space 2. I know there's a fighter that's similar in its looks, like the downward swept wings and kind of a long nose. Like, well, this thing looks a little stubbier by comparison. But the overall performance actually isn't bad. Its weight's like 25,000 kilograms. Yeah, 25,000 kilograms. The 4 cannons, they're a bit spread out. I probably could pull them in one block, but I didn't want to mess up the aesthetics of the corner here, like where it corners around those thrusters. It has the 2 rocket pods, which use the weapon sequencer script, and then 2 merge blocks. I really like how I was able to just kind of finagle the single landing gear in there. It's on its same level plane as the wingtips. So when you land, it's actually everything's all kind of flush down. It's really nice. This thing handles really well. Alright, I wasn't going to fly any of these, try and keep this short, but let me get away from it. Really? I think I was bumping the other fighter's turret. There we go. Okay, so take off. Am I getting... I'm getting good sim speed. Okay, now, especially now that I'm away from all that. But you notice this thing is quite responsive. I put 4 gyros in here. I never put 4 gyros in anything. So, but because it has the 4 vertical thrusters, it has 4 downward, and oh, this isn't the... Oh, yes, it is. I also added an extra 4 turn on and off for lunar landings. Now, it'll land without them, but it's empty currently, so I don't know if with a payload this thing will land. So that's why I decided to add the extra ones, just to give it that bit of fail-safe. Alright. I'm not going to make a perfect parking here. Just stop. Good enough. Alright. On to the others. So, I had another fighter from a long... I'm still getting this stuttering. From a long time ago called the Lancer. And I kind of wanted to, like, up it in size and ability. Because it has 2 rear large thrusters and then 2 up front. And so I kind of went with, like, the same thruster configuration with the 2 forward, 2 rear. Then I decided to go with 4 rear. And this thing is just beastly. It also had 3 cannons and 2 rocket launchers on the wingtips. So I added extra rocket launchers as well. This is a scratch build, by the way. The Lancer, like, it was just, I literally had my Lancer sitting next to it and just kind of rebuilt it. And I love how the nose turned out. Because Lord Wiseman once pointed out that, good. Alright, a lot of my noses end up the same. With the Valkyrie. Well, even this is a little redesigned with how it bulges there and the new camera setup and everything, which I recently did. So, more like this one. Okay, this is a pretty standard nose for my fighters. This one here. So the way this one turned out, I was actually really pleased. And of course there's a couple small cargo containers in there for ammunition. And with the barrels pushed out like that, you're not going to hit anything on your ship. And I don't know if I put the weapon sequencer on here, but that'd probably be pretty good. But it was more just a concept. I just wanted to see if it worked. So this thing here, I may end up flushing this out completely too. I don't know what I was thinking with this. I started with the nose. Like, I used the cockpit, and then I built these extensions here that come up to the thrusters. And that was it. And then I'm like, all right, let's go from there. I was like, let's put the rear thrusters out like that. Now, the coolest thing about this is this runs on all small reactors. That's something I rarely do. So it's all small reactors. It's a pretty tough and strong design. Not only does it have the 2 rocket launchers right center of mass, but 4 cannons underneath as well, with landing gear and all that. I think this would be a good replacement for Keen's starting fighter, because their starting fighter is abysmal. I think this would be a good replacement for it. But all in all, I really loved how this one turned out aesthetically. I think it looks so different from anything I normally do. So now these two, not so much. I was just trying like some different techniques. I wanted like a spaceborne fighter that used merge blocks, and that's essentially what this is. Just going with different aesthetics, like how it dips down in there. This was very Macross inspired, and you know, I get the lower guns here, and it just nothing really came of this one, but I definitely thought it was a cool looking design. So I do like the delta wings on it, but it just, without like a full-on tail or canards or anything, it just looks kind of awkward to me. I don't know. So this one here, similar. Again, just kind of building, and this is what came up. Now, this one has a lot of thrust. A lot of directional thrust. So, is it, well, 844. I wonder what's the weight on this thing. 23,000. So this is actually lighter than the Sigard over there. But, I don't know, is this one battery? Yeah, this one's battery. Sigard, by the way, is run on a large reactor and one small jump start. So. But yeah, with this I was just trying, again, something different. Oh, I saw this setup here on Nitrostride, I believe their name is. It's a user on the workshop, and I really liked kind of this design here, like the under design with the ground down wheels and then the half ramp blocks there. Like, that looks sexy. I don't know what it is about it, but I like it. So essentially that's what this is. It's just, yeah. This has plenty of features I like overall, but I don't know, I really wasn't going anywhere with it. It just kind of looked different. So this is a drone design. Somebody had posted a drone design in the workshop yet again. That's where I get a lot of my inspiration from for different things. Theirs was all hydrogen powered, and I thought, well, why not go with, you know, a battery powered design, something, you know, you're not expecting to fly for very long anyway, so there's no reason for reactors. So I don't even think I put a reactor on this design, did I? No, I don't think so. But overall, I think this one also turned out quite well. It's very maneuverable, very responsive. Even with just the 4 reverse thrusters, it actually stops pretty quick. It's only 10,000 kilograms or so, with 4 cannons and 2 rockets. Like, it's quite a brute. So, is there any more up here? No? Alright, I covered all those. Okay, so this one. I was just trying to make something else similar to the Swan or the Viggen or the Super Hawk Wasp. Something that was transatmospheric and multi-purpose and all that. So as you see, it's very similar to the Swan. It's actually almost 10,000 kilograms lighter, but I wasn't able to cover the thrusters like it is on the Swan. God, I hate that stutter. Oh my god. So overall, I don't think it's as flushed out and pretty, but it actually handles really well, and the best part is a different nose. And I really like these twin cannons, like just kind of in the nose, like an actual fighter. But just 2 wasn't enough, so I added the little side ones, and even at full speed flying sideways, no problem with these cannons. So the wings aren't the same setup as the Swan. Like, they have like this notch here in the shape. They're not like the same length or anything like that. They're actually quite different. I was trying to go for like a different feel and shape, and I do like the sawtooth design that I kind of stumbled upon to get that, which is semi-covered up by the tail back here. So yeah, you can't really see the second sawtooth there. But overall, I was pretty pleased with it. This is another one I don't think I'm going to flush it out. It was more an experiment just to see where I could go. So, but yeah, let's see, this little guy over here was, if you guys haven't seen my Z-Gub, it stands for Zero G Gravity Bike. A lot of the NID-tubers loved it. I built quite a few for them. Minty Jones went flying around my Nordics Noodle base on the 3rd season of the whitelist server, which I had parked and hidden away in the reactor room, and he was like, "What is this doing in the reactor room?" and took it and started flying it around. I think it was Minty. Wasn't it Minty? It was either Minty or Anubis. I'm pretty sure it was Minty. I think Anubis was the one like, "Nordic, I don't think he'd appreciate this." So, but yeah, this one I saw this concept in the design, like the ground down panels, which is very brittle, but it's cool. Like, you can just kind of nose down a little bit, and then you can link into is it that one? No, where is it? Forward, this. So, alright, just kind of pan down. I get some kind of, check it out. Look, my sim speed drops whenever I link into a remote control block. I don't know why. As soon as I release, sim speed goes right back up. Kind of. There we go. Now sim speed's back up. So anyway, that aside, yeah, this was supposed to just be like a very tiny bike to get you from point A to point B with little supplies. That's it. Nothing special. So. Alright, last thing was something I recently met Whiplash from the workshop. He's known for, he has a tow missile script and a bunch of other scripts too that are really, really awesome. I wonder if I can bring him up, because I believe his is like the weapon sequencer script, the one that was here, like the horizon and directional, that one there, I believe that one's also Whiplash, and he seems to really like my design, so just we started screwing around one day, and he showed me some pretty cool stuff. I'll have to do an episode with him at some point. So this here is actually based on something he had posted that he was part of, but it was much more like, you know, lots of ground down pieces, and the idea was it was a landing barge. And so I was like, okay, I kind of like the catamaran design, like the bulky parts on either side, everything in the middle, which I do with a lot of my designs. But this is meant just as a landing ship. As you see, it has ion thrusters. Not a lot of them, but it's enough that once in space, that's all you're going to need. Otherwise, it has quite a few oxygen generators, which, can we see? Yeah, you can see. Yeah, those are actually attached into them. What are they? Damn it, what can I remember? The cryo base. These were actually connected into them there. I think I've got 4 total of the oxygen generators. This is going to knock me back. I didn't have room for like a proper... Why can't I think what the hell it's called? Airlock. Jesus. So, but yeah, this actually works. I was able to land it on a planet and take it back off and get back up into orbit. And I parked a Jeep on here while I did so, and I was able to drive the Jeep off the barge. The other thing about this is it's got, I think, 20 seats. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, so 20 seats total up here. There's some extras down here, but it's more for, like, crew member. You know, if you have, like, engineers or whatever down here, they can pop in while landing. Oh, I have hiccups. Go figure. Can't edit. I'm sitting here having brain farts, can't remember words, and I'm hiccuping. Good times. So yeah, very simple design. Over here, I have like a new landing craft here. Very similar to like my Mimir that I had scrapped and replaced with the North Star. This doesn't have a name yet, but I will finish flushing it out. This has no jump drive. It has 3 small cargo containers, and then it's designed to carry 10 people. So you got 4 in here and 6 back here. Now this, I think, is really neat. I realized from something Boris Praversham had done a while back that these doors, like this, cause a seal. Even though you can see through it, it holds in oxygen. It's supposed to, anyway. Okay. Oh, is it just like right here? Yeah, alright, it says none right there, but yeah, so now I'm in an oxygen environment with the doors open here. And I really love like this whole like neck area of the ship. And I haven't tried yet, but you could probably fit smaller vehicles into the back end of the bay. I'm pretty sure that was like my original idea for it, but it ended up much, much smaller than I thought it would be. But the good thing is it works. So it will actually get down to a planet and back up. Right here. Yeah, I getcha. Alright, last bit is something that currently does not work. So I posted... Alright, let's get rid of you. Some of these are just super lag causing. But this is probably the one that's causing the most lag. This is, I guess, a missile frigate. It would be between a destroyer and a cruiser. It's smaller than the Sif, but bigger than the Balder. So it's about 3 million kilograms, while the Sif is 5, and the Balder is 1.5, I believe. And it has 12 guided missiles. Now, originally, they used Elysius's guided missile script. Didn't work out too well. They kept hugging up against the ship, tearing off the turrets and going. And then 4 out of the 12 would do what I call return to sender, where it would go after the target, get confused, come back, and hit me in the nose, or tear the bridge off almost completely. These are kinetic missiles, and they work very, very well. So then I talked to Whiplash, and I used Whiplash's his tow missile script, where basically it goes where you look, or you can use a turret and point it with the turret, which I was actually thinking about doing. I was going to put like a turret up on the nose, like an interior turret. or somewhere on the ship, so that you could just guide them, or like even like right here would probably be good, because you don't need to really point behind, but at least to the sides. So anyway, so these four and the four on the other side were fine with the tow script, because the remote block is right there and it guides from the remote block or the camera, either one that you want to set up. And they worked beautifully. Like, they would come up, they would go past the turret, come over, and then fire. The four rear ones would do the same thing Elysius's script did, and it was tear through the side of the ship and then go. And with how much thrust they have for how little weight, and then with these massive heavy armor tips, they did so much damage. Oh my god. So this is one, once I get flushed out, I can't wait to post it for you guys to try. I did show it in a live stream that was really kind of botched, and I'm sorry. It was the only thing I could post. So, yeah. Alright, last thing I'm going to show you guys. Go here to the moon. Boop. There we go. So, a while back, somebody suggested I build like a moon fortress, and I didn't do that, but I figured I'd build a moon base. I've been seeing a lot of like base-like things, and I used a few for reference. Like, there was one that I'd seen where it was like this, where it had like a landing pad, had hydrogen, it had solar panels, and this, other than the layout, it looks nothing like it. I thought the layout was a good idea. I went with all the industrial stuff is external, and you can build all your add-ons to it. And the idea is either you can project this and build it, or you can just go ahead and, like copy-paste one in Creative or with Space Master and then go from there. It's very simple. Let's see here. So once you land, I do have a full airlock on this. Boop. So we have, med bay, cryo bays. This is just kind of like a social area, I suppose. This is supposed to be like a TV area. And then we have two bedroom-like areas. This is one, and this is the other. So they're very different, both of them, but it's all fully sealed. The two rooms do not have their own air vent. It's just the single one, so you just kind of got to pop open your doors when you need more oxygen. So very, very straightforward. But it's everything you need. All this is all conveyed up. Go ahead and take a look under here. See? It's all conveyed. So that one's actually quite a bit underground, like almost full block under, but the rest is not bad. So, yep. And you can walk up and access 90% of this. So this is in case like you have a rover or something like that. You want to pull it up and park. So, and then you can even walk up to all these. Now you do have batteries to go along with the solar panels and all that. So if you want to run off battery and solar power, you can. But it does have the single reactor over here. You can also set up a script, which if you wanted more, you can add more here. I know it's on the outside, but you could change it as you want. So this is another one that I will probably end up posting on the workshop at some point. But I really liked it. I like being down here. Like, I like building here. Because you got a nice, beautiful view of the Earth-like planet over there, and I got my little thing set up over here, my little hangar. See, I like being able to post these parts. Just here we go. I'm just gonna put a little storage hangar down and put a big landing pad here, which of course I've got a Salford just chilling there. Then over here, I have one of my Sigards, which I think this is pre-lunar thrusters. Yep, it's pre-lunar thruster. And then, I put one of my little vehicles in here, which this is another one I need to post at some point. Fifth loves this thing. He made a couple modifications to it. Maybe I'll get with him sometime soon. Go over those modifications, finish it up, name it, and post it. This thing handles really well, like even here on the moon. Very little issue with it. For lunar use, I would suggest maybe a couple of upward pointing thrusters to help keep you down a little bit more. Because sometimes it does like to skyrocket over hills and shit like that. So, Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So I recently also got with another guy from the workshop, Space Putz, who also seems to really love a lot of my designs, and he reworked some of them. So my next episode will probably be his modifications. He reworked the SIF. He also redesigned it into a carrier, which I may remodify and repost as long as he doesn't mind. I don't think he will. Uh, and he also reworked the Balder. And the reworkings he did were quite spectacular. Design features that I should have put in, like sectioned off rooms and things like that. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry about the wait. Please, if you know any kind of free editing software I can use, please tell me in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.